So the other day, something really scary happened in front of me. It was something that kind of jolted me back into reality a little bit. So I was sitting in the waiting room where I wait to talk to my counselor, and there's always a few people in there, but that day there was like 20 people in there waiting. And the next thing we know, everything was quiet, everything was fine. Some people were watching TV, and other people were on their phones, like me. I was just on my phone waiting. Next thing we know, the lady across from me is like screaming for help. She's like, "Help, somebody help, my friend, she's not breathing, she's not moving, she's just asleep." So she was basically ODing in the waiting room, and just the panic that you could see in her friend was just terrifying. But somebody ended up coming out, and they luckily got her to wake up. But it took a second, and she said she didn't feel a pulse at first. So it was scary, and it went from just being calm to being like this really stressful situation. Luckily, she's okay, and when she finally woke up, she was a little disoriented, but they pulled her to the side and like tried to talk to her, and figure out what was going on, and if she was okay, and she like apologized. It's so sad that when she came to it, she like apologized. But it hit home because last year was the first time I had OD'd, and it was because I had relapsed after years of being clean, and my body just didn't have a tolerance anymore. So my boyfriend, he said that he had to call 911. He said that I didn't have a pulse, that my lips were blue, and he called 911, of course, and they told him to do CPR, and he got me to wake up, but it took a minute as well. And he cried. It was just, being on the other side of it was really scary, like watching the fear in her friend's eyes and everything. When I was the one that OD'd, even when they took me to the hospital, I just didn't take it serious. I mean, I knew it was serious, but my life was just chaotic. Like, that's just where I was at, I'd relapsed already, and I continued to struggle after that point. Luckily, I'm in a much better place now. This year's been better, and I'm really seeking the help that I needed years and years ago. Like, I never really did counseling. I never got support from like meetings and stuff like that. I would just cold turkey it, stop, and go years without it, but then I'd wonder why I'd relapse. It's because I didn't do the real work. But yeah, the other day it really reminded me of what's at risk, and it was just scary to think that that's what my boyfriend experienced. I just hate it. I hate that the disease of addiction is taking so many people's lives left and right, and I've lost friends to overdose. I've had people overdose in front of me. Luckily, they'd survive, but it's just really scary that is the possibility, and it's still always going to be a possibility for me if I go back out there and relapse. So it's just, I gotta stay strong, and I gotta keep doing the work, because I have too much going for me. I've got too many people in my life, including the people that follow me on this page. Thank you so much for your encouragement, because this has really, it almost killed me. Like, my life is at stake, and yeah, it's just a lot to think about, a lot to reflect on. But thank you to everybody that believes in me and that encourages me daily, because it means a lot. You're helping keep me alive. And every day I still have to basically tell myself that I deserve better, because I still have those moments where I consider going back out there, but I think that's just natural because I did it for so long, and it was like my, escape for a very long time. But I won't go back out there. I have too many people that are relying on me, that love me, and then people that think I'm an inspiration for even just sharing my struggle, which is hard to. It really is hard to share my struggle. and just open that door for all the judgment and all the doubt that people have when they're like, oh, she might be on drugs or might go back into drugs. There's just a lot of doubt that's created and judgment. But if another person out there sees encouragement through me, or at least knows they're not alone, then it's worth it. So yeah, just everyone out there that is also struggling with some form of addiction that is either putting them on the brink of overdose or just destroying their life, destroying their family, whatever, just know you're not alone and you deserve better. You got this. We do recover. We can recover. We just have to be very, very vigilant in that work that we do on ourselves. So thank you guys for taking the time to listen to me today. Please continue to pray for me. If praying is your thing. If not, just send good vibes my way. Send good vibes to her way, the lady that OD'd, because that's just the reality of addiction. So, all right, well, everyone have a good night, and I will talk to you later.